can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in.
I'm back. What's going on, Rangers fans? Welcome to yet another edition of From the Blue Seats, a New York Rangers podcast. I'm Jimmy Fanizzi. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Make sure you follow us on X and Instagram at BlueSeats94 and use the hashtag BlueSeats to chat with us on any and all topics at hand. Also, make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube and subscribe on all audio platforms, and be sure to rate us 5 stars. It would mean the world to us. First and foremost, I know, once again, it has been quite a bit since I posted a new episode, and I am sincerely sorry about that. I've been dealing with a lot in my life over the past couple of weeks, primarily in my family, as I found out recently that my grandmother was diagnosed with cancer. And whenever you hear that news, it's not easy to deal with. You don't know how to process it. So I've just been trying to help out my family in any way that I can. And all things considered, she is currently hanging in there. She has her good days and she has her bad days, obviously, but there is some good news. She will be undergoing immunotherapy treatment over the next week or so. So please keep my grandmother in your deepest thoughts and prayers. My grandmother, Annette, it would mean the world to me and my family, and thank you in advance for your prayers. So that's the main reason why I kind of took a step back unexpectedly over the past 2 weeks. And again, I sincerely apologize about that, but I thank you for your understanding, and I'm hanging in there. I am. It's still tough to deal with, but I don't want to keep you in the dark for too much longer. So I am back. I'm hanging in there, and summer's going by really fast already, man. I mean, we're already in July. At the time of this recording, it's July 7th, 2025. I mean, where the hell is 2025 going, man? I guess it wants hockey to get back as soon as possible. That's what I'm thinking. But hey, what do I know? But we got quite a bit to talk about in this episode, as we are going to recap Rangers free agency. And let me just state for the record that this free agency period so far has been excellent for the New York Rangers. Chris Drury, I really feel like this is his first real opportunity to rebuild the Rangers team that he sees in his own image. And I truly feel like he's doing that. I mean, he literally dismantled the core he inherited when he took the job over, including some players he elected to keep at the time for the last 12 months. And I truly do feel like that he is slowly but surely starting to shut everybody up. I mean, think about it this way. Literally 1 year ago, there was the disastrous Jacob Trouba situation in which he was traded to the Anaheim Ducks. And yes, it could have been handled better by Trouba, I will admit that, but all sides could have handled that situation a lot better. It was just an absolute mess. And then, half a year ago, Capo Caco got traded. And then just recently, a few weeks ago, Chris Kreider gets traded to the Anaheim Ducks. Now, granted, that was a cap dump trade, but even still, Chris Drury, from the way he handled Jacob Trouba up until now, I really do feel like that he is starting to learn his lesson. Now, could that all change over time? Yes, but as of right now, I think that Chris Drury has done a tremendous job so far during this offseason. Coming off a season last year in which there was poor offensive production, poor defensive production, and just an overall lack of depth, Chris Drury went ahead and got quite a few depth players to add to their bench. He added Trey Fix-Wolansky from the Columbus Blue Jackets, a veteran defenseman in Derek Pouliot, and Justin Dowling from the New Jersey Devils. He also went ahead and signed Taylor Radish to a contract, which I think is a very, very sneaky good signing. I know that's not really a name to write home about. None of these depth players that he signed are really any names to write home about, especially when it comes to Taylor Radish. But I definitely think that those players are going to be a lot better than people anticipate, especially Radish. But we shall see what happens when it translates on the ice. But so far, on paper, it looks very, very good as far as depth is concerned. He also finally extended Will Cooley. Will Cooley signed a 2-year contract worth $7.8 million, and it's about damn time. I guess they were waiting to trade Chris Kreider to make that deal happen for Will Cooley, but regardless, I am so happy that he is staying put. He had a tremendous year last year, and he absolutely deserves that contract extension. And hey, like I said, $7.8 million, that's a damn good contract. It's not too much money. You still have some cap room. So, hey, again, I'm just really happy that Will Cooley is sticking around. And then he also managed to do a sign and trade deal involving Keandre Miller, as Miller goes to the Carolina Hurricanes for a defensive prospect named Scott Morrow and a couple of draft picks alongside some serious draft capital. And on top of that, Keandre Miller got an 8-year contract with the Carolina Hurricanes. I don't know why they did that, but hey, for all we know, Keandre Miller could absolutely go out there and haunt the Rangers and absolutely thrive with the Hurricanes, which some former Rangers tend to do to them. But that's beside the point. Look, I have been clamoring for Keandre Miller to get traded for a long time. I felt like he should have been traded last year, before the trade deadline last year, during the trade deadline last year, after the trade deadline last year, and last year's offseason. Point being, I've been wanting him gone for a while, and it took until this offseason for it to finally freaking happen. Do I wish harm on the kid? No, I don't. I truly do wish him nothing but the best, all jokes aside. But quite frankly, this is a trade that was been a long time coming, and I'm just glad that it's finally freaking over. And on top of that, like I said, they also acquired some serious draft capital. Hey, maybe they can go out there and trade for somebody like a Jason Robertson, which we'll get more into in a little bit. But with that being said, again, this is a trade that's been a long time coming, and I'm just glad it's finally over, man. Keandre Miller, look, again, I wish him well, but he wasn't going to work here in New York. It never was going to work. But now, obviously, the big splash that everybody was talking about, the worst kept secret in the NHL offseason, is that Vladislav Gavrikov has signed with the New York Rangers. Probably the best defenseman of this free agency class. He signed a 7-year contract, $49 million, and that's a team-friendly deal. He could have asked for 8 years and more money, but instead he decided to take a team-friendly deal to come to the New York Rangers and play alongside Adam Fox. And quite frankly, that is massive. To get him for that team-friendly contract is a big deal. Yes, I know 7 years might be a little bit much to some Ranger fans, but really, would you rather give him 8 years and possibly $60 million? I wouldn't. And waste all that cap room that they had in the Keandre Miller trade? I wouldn't do that. I'd rather take the team-friendly deal. And plus, Gavrikov playing alongside Fox, maybe it takes some of that pressure off of Fox. Fox had an abysmal season last year. Maybe he was feeling some pressure. I know he was playing injured, but Gavrikov playing alongside him, maybe it relieves some of that pressure off of Fox because he will be learning from one of the best in the league. Now, I will say this. Gavrikov is not going to provide much offense. He is not a scorer. He is a defensive defenseman. He's a stay-at-home defenseman. But he is absolutely spectacular at blocking shots and creating traffic in front of the net. So be on the lookout for that when it comes to Gavrikov. With him and Adam Fox as the number one defensive pair, it certainly looks a lot better on paper, and I have a feeling it is going to look fantastic on the ice. So that was the big signing for the Rangers this offseason. Gavrikov, 7 years, $49 million, a team-friendly deal, and just hats off to Chris Drury for not just that signing, for just what's been an incredible free agency period and an incredible offseason so far. But I don't think the Rangers are done just yet. Before we get to the next topic of conversation here, I forgot to send out huge congratulations to ESPN New York's own Don LaGreca, as he is the new television play-by-play voice for the New Jersey Devils. Yes, I know, a rival team. Why am I even mentioning it on here? Because Don LaGreca was the Rangers play-by-play announcer on radio for the past 20 years. He has been with the Rangers since 2005 on MSG Radio, and now we just got the news today at the time of this recording that he is the new television play-by-play voice for the New Jersey Devils, and he will be joining Ken Danico. And people tend to forget that Don LaGreca, if you don't know Don LaGreca, first of all, what the hell is wrong with you? And secondly, Don LaGreca grew up a Devils fan. So for him to get this job, to call games for the team that got him into hockey, I'm sure he is ecstatic right now. He is living his childhood dream. And look, as somebody who has listened to him on ESPN New York on the Michael Kay Show, and now Don Hahn and Rosenberg, which is a fantastic show, by the way. If you live in the New York area, definitely listen to it. If you're not in the New York area, download the ESPN New York app and listen to it for yourself. But for those who haven't heard Don LaGreca, you're missing out, man. Don LaGreca is just a national treasure. I've had the pleasure of meeting him quite a few times. Genuinely nice guy, one of the best in the business. You're not going to get much better than Don LaGreca. So Ranger fans will miss you, Don, but in all seriousness, congratulations on this gig. You truly, truly deserve it. And to be honest with you, I just might tune in to get a sneak peek of Don calling Ranger Devil games on MSG Networks if I get the chance to. But congratulations to Don. Very much deserved. Now, with that being said, the one name that I've heard floated around for the past week for the Rangers to possibly trade for is Jason Robertson. I've heard multiple reports that the Rangers were supposedly putting together a package to try and acquire him. And I keep hearing the names Braden Schneider and Brennan Othmann, and a first-round pick. Now, if you are the Rangers, if you're Chris Drury, do you pull the trigger and make that trade? Personally, as much as I would be hesitant to trade Braden Schneider, heck, I'd be hesitant to trade Brennan Othmann too. But truthfully, I do it. I would. Because the Rangers last year lacked scoring. They were terrible. That was probably the worst offensive team that I've ever seen last year. And to add a guy like Jason Robertson, I know what you're going to tell me. Oh, look at his numbers last year in the playoffs. He only played 11 games, only had 6 points. I get that, but that was partially due to injury. And I'm going to be honest with you, he would certainly be a much better option than anybody else out there. And I know you're going to throw Brady Tkachuk at me, but Brady Tkachuk's contract doesn't end until the 28-29 season. So getting Tkachuk is an absolute long shot for those that are saying that. Jason Robertson would be a great addition to a team that is trying to win now. The New York Rangers last season finished with a record of 39, 36, and 7, totaling 85 points, which placed them 5th in the Metro Division. They scored 255 goals. Their power play percentage was 17.6, which ranked 28th, by the way, and their penalty kill was 80.3%, placing them 11th. Artemi Panarin led the team in points last year with 89, and here's the kicker. Chris Kreider led the team in scoring with 22 goals. That is a problem. When you lead the team with 22 goals, your offense has a damn issue. I know I've been clamoring about how bad the defense has been for a decade now. But their offense last year, I could argue, was just as bad. So to add a guy like Jason Robertson, who is a proven 40-plus goal scorer, who can certainly help on the power play, and who certainly knows how to shoot the puck, that would be a massive upgrade offensively. So, as risky as it would be to try and trade Braden Schneider and Brennan Othman, if indeed that rumor is true, and a first-round pick, as risky as that would be, if it involves getting a guy who can help you win now, I know he's not going to be the sole answer, but if it helps them try and get back in the playoffs and help them try and win a Stanley Cup, I gotta be honest, if I'm Chris Drury, I do it. Sometimes in life, you have to take risks. And with this, it's a risk that I am willing to take. If I'm Chris Drury, what do you think though? Would you take the risk in trying to acquire Jason Robertson if it meant trading Braden Schneider and Brennan Othman and a first-round pick? Would you make that trade? Let us know on X and Instagram at BlueSeats94. Use hashtag BlueSeats. Or if you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment down below and let us know there as well. And also let us know what you think of Rangers free agency so far. If I had to give a grade so far for the Rangers offseason, I'd have to give it a solid B+. I would like to see more, but I really do like what I'm seeing. So I give it a solid B+. Let us know what you think, again, on X and Instagram at BlueSeats94. Use hashtag BlueSeats and follow us there as well. Helps us a lot. And again, leave a comment down below if you're watching on YouTube. And don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified of any and all episodes. And follow us on all audio platforms, or subscribe, I should say, on all audio platforms, including Apple, Spotify, YouTube Music, wherever you listen to your podcasts. And be sure to rate us 5 stars. It would mean the world to us. It feels so good to be freaking back. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Jimmy Fanizzi. This is From the Blue Seats, a New York Rangers podcast. Go Blue Shirts, and I'll catch you next time. Peace!